Welcome back to KultureByte for your Friday Byte. I'm Kevin, and we've got a packed show today. We're talking about the sudden shutdown of Until Dawn's Remake Studio, a wild Xbox update that's factory resetting consoles, yes, really, and two new Lovecraftian horror games creeping onto the scene. Plus, HBO Harry Potter's Reboot is heating up with major casting news. And because the internet never forgets, the canceled Powerpuff Girls reboot has leaked. And yeah, people have thoughts. Let's bite into it. All right, brace yourself, horror fans. Until Dawn's Remake Studio, Ballistic Moon, is officially donezo. The UK-based dev team, made up of former massive game veterans, has reportedly shut down completely after multiple waves of layoffs. Ballistic Moon popped up in 2020 with one big go, bringing Until Dawn back to life with modern visuals, gameplay tweaks, and some fresh narrative beats that tease potential sequels. The Until Dawn remake finally dropped on October 2024, giving fans a more polished version of the cult classic horror game. But behind the scenes, things weren't looking so good. Even before launch, the studio was already struggling. Back in September, They started laying off staff to secure the future of the company. And yeah, we all know what that usually means. By October, 40 employees were out, and by December, another 20 were gone, leaving only a skeleton crew of founders and a handful of remaining devs. Despite trying to lock down new projects and even discussing future Until Dawn content with Sony, nothing stuck, and now the studio is effectively closed, meaning no more updates, patches, or any hope of that tease sequel that Until Dawn was trying to set up. Alright, Xbox insiders, if your console finally looked at you and said, "New phone, who this?" you're not alone. Reports are coming in that a recent Xbox Insider update has been factory resetting consoles, wiping profiles, system settings, and quick resume data, basically turning your Xbox into a fresh out the box experience, whether you want it or not. So what's going on? The issue is hitting users in the alpha and alpha skip ahead tiers, aka the brave souls testing out Xbox's newest and sometimes jankiest features before the general public. Normally, these pre-release updates come with some bugs, but accidentally wiping your entire system, that's next level broken. Microsoft was quick to respond, confirming that the issue has now been fixed. But if your Xbox pulled a disappearing act on your settings, they recommend restarting your console and going through the setup process again. Worst case, hit up Xbox support for extra help. Look, testing early updates always comes with risk, but this is one of the reminder to back up your stuff, people. You never know when your console might just decide to start over from scratch. Alright, Lovecraftian fans, we got two new games announced just for you, and they are dripping with cosmic horror goodness. If you've been craving some eldritch nightmares and mind-melting monstrosities, this is your moment. First up, we've got Chinchilla the Cosmic Abyss from Big Bad Wolf Studio, Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song. This first person psychological thriller puts you in the shoes of Noah, an investigator for a very shady Interpol division specializing in occult cases. His latest job? Checking out a mysterious mining operation in the Pacific that's gone completely dark. Turns out the mines lead to Ryla, the legendary underwater prison of Chinchilla himself. And guess what? That big tentacle bastard isn't too keen on staying locked up. Expect tense exploration, deep decision making, and puzzles that test your sanity, literally. It's coming in 2026 to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Next, we've got The Mound, Omen of Chinchilla from Ace Team Zeno Clash, bringing Lovecraftian horror with online co op. Up to four players take on the roles of conquistadors, yes, you've heard that right, exploring a haunted jungle in search of an ancient underground city said to be full of otherworldly riches. But instead of finding gold, you find nightmare creatures warping your perception and eating away at your sanity. If you love the paranoia inducing horror of games like Phasmophobia, but wish it had a Lovecraftian twist, this one's for you. Best part, it's dropping later this year on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Alright, Harry Potter fans, the HBO reboot is kicking into high gear, and we've got some big casting news. Reports say Janet McTeer is in talks to play Professor McGonagall, while Papa Estudillo is close to locking in Severus Snape, two of the most iconic Hogwarts professors. And that's not all. John Lithgow is rumored to be stepping into the legendary role of Albus Dumbledore. Let's break it down. Janet McTeer, known for Ozark and Albert Nobbs, is being eyed as Minerva McGonagall, taking over from the legendary Maggie Smith. If this casting sticks, she'll be leading Gryffindor House, laying down the sass and strictness we all love, and probably turning to a cat at least once, possibly twice. Then there's Papa Istudu, best known for I May Destroy You, reportedly stepping into the Snape role that Alan Rickman made iconic. No pressure, right? Snape is one of the most complex, and morally gray characters in the Potter series. And if each studio lands it, he's got some seriously big shoes to fill. And let's talk about John Lithgow as Dumbledore. Yeah, that John Lithgow, the Dexter and the third rock from the Sun Star, is rumored to be the next Hogwarts headmaster. And if true, this would be a huge departure from previous Dumbledores, and honestly, could be a pretty inspired choice. HBO is going all in on this series, promising a book accurate adaptation, with each season covering one book. So expect more details, deeper character moments, and probably some cut storylines from the movies finally getting their time to shine. This show is expected to start filming in mid 2025 at Warner Bros. Levystone Studios in the UK and is set to premiere in 2026. They're also still searching for Harry, Hermione, and Ron with over 30,000 auditions submitted. That's a lot of lightning scars and fake British accents. All right, Powerpuff Girl fans, buckle up because the Kansas CW live action reboot just came back to haunt the internet. A leaked trailer from the unaired pilot is making the rounds, and let's just say it's got people talking. So let's rewind. Back in 2020, the CW announced Powerpuff, a gritty live action reimagining of Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup as disillusioned 20 somethings dealing with their messed up childhoods. The show had some big names attached, with Chloe Bennet as Blossom, Dove Cameron as Bubbles, and Yana Pernaut as Buttercup, leading the cast, alongside Donald Faison as Professor Utomian. Behind the scenes, we had Diablo Cody, who wrote Juno, Greg Bernstein producing, so on paper, it had potential. But here's the thing where things fell apart. In 2021, the script leaked online, and it was bad. Like, Bubbles is an ex child star dealing with substance issues bad. The internet roasted it for trying way too hard to be edgy. The CW went into damage control, announced reshoots, and promised to rework the tone. But by 2023, the whole project was dead. Fast forward to now, and out of nowhere, a full trailer leaks from the canceled show, giving us a peek at what could have been, and reactions are mixed. Some people are relieved the CW pulled the plug, while others are morbidly confused about how much of a train wreck this could have actually been. But don't worry, Powerpuff fans, the franchise isn't done. Hanna-Barbera Studios Europe is working on a proper animated reboot with series creator Craig McCracken at the helm. So yeah, we might actually get a good revival instead of whatever this was supposed to be. And I mean, I checked it out. No. And that's a wrap for your Friday Bite. A lot to unpack. So, what's your take? Were you hoping for an Until Dawn sequel before the studio shut down? Should Xbox be way more careful with insider updates? And are you excited or terrified for these new Lovecraft horror games? Also, let's talk about HBO's Harry Potter reboot. Are these casting choices hitting the mark? And finally, be honest. Would you have actually watched the CW's Powerpuff Girls show? Hit the comments with your thoughts, and if you enjoyed today's bite, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the latest in gaming entertainment. And I'll see you next week. Bye bye!